What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you liked last week's video. Today, we're going to be talking about motivation. Something that I often find myself lacking and searching for. We're going to be talking about what it is, some different ways to find it, and how to act on it once you do. Before we get into the video though, I want to talk about last week's video. So first off, yes, I know that the right side of my hair was sticking out a little bit, looked a little goofy. Didn't realize that before I started shooting. Yeah, so bad hair day. Got it. Noted. Hopefully fixed today. I don't think I see anything going on in the camera. No, looks all right. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the dual camera angle that I had. So the first camera that I got was a Canon EOS T100, and the front that you guys are looking at, this frontal shot for the talking head, is a Sony EV10. Two very different cameras, and I did not even think to try to align the auto white balance or the white balance before I shot the video. I apologize for the color grading issue. Yeah, that's that. So we're going to start with, what is motivation? Motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. So as you can probably tell by that very loose definition, motivation can come in many different forms, shapes, and sizes. Some of the most common motivating factors include other people or your community, autonomy, curiosity, recognition, avoiding losses, your current mood, external incentives, passion, fear, power, money, etc. The list goes on and on. Now we're going to talk about ways to find that motivation, ways to really check and see what motivates you personally. So a great way to do that for me is to think about the things that bring me joy, the things that bring me happiness, the things that I really, really care about, the things that I value. Because oftentimes you'll find that there is a strong correlation between what motivates you or when you get motivated and at the end of the day, what you really care about. So I'm sure by now you've kind of realized that motivation isn't something tangible per se. Motivation oftentimes has to do with the way that you think or apply what's important to you in life towards your future. Personally, my most common motivating factors are family, personal improvement, and money. Family to me, above all else, is the most important thing in my life. I would do absolutely anything for my family, and that right there says it all. That says why it's my most important motivating factor, and I wouldn't change that about myself for the world. And yes, if you're wondering, that includes my friends. My friends are my family, and to me, there's no difference. Self-improvement is my second biggest motivating factor. I've been on what feels like an extremely long journey of finding myself, finding better ways to love myself, and a lot of the times it's the thought of the man I want to become that drives me to actively try and make that change, make a change to myself daily, weekly, monthly, and to always be progressing, because I know that who I am and where I am today is not where I want to be, and if that wasn't important to me, if becoming that person wasn't important to me, it couldn't possibly be a source of motivation for me. And the last motivating factor for me is money. Now, it's not too far behind spot number 2, but it's still pretty important. So growing up, I didn't come from a poor family, and I didn't come from a rich family. I valued money for the possibilities and the opportunities that it can create for someone. And I understand that money cannot buy you happiness, but one thing that I do believe money can buy you is freedom, or at least be able to buy you your time back. It wasn't up until pretty recently that I kind of backed off of how highly I valued money. For a while, I had put a lot of value in money, and it began to become a source of stress for me. So just a little backstory, I've almost always made less than $34,000 a year, give or take. If you make that much money and you're not married, so there's no second source of income in the household besides maybe a roommate that you're splitting bills with, it's not a whole lot. You can live a good life, you can eat food, you're not really starving, you can put gas in the tank, but you'll notice that you might not be able to start saving for the things that you know you would really want in the future, like a house or a really nice, reliable car that you can call your own and have for a while. Or maybe it's vacations that you really want to go on, but they're halfway across the world and the flight alone is half of your yearly income. It's things like that money can make possible. So that's why it's one of my common motivating factors. So now that we know what motivation is, we have some examples of it, now it's time to learn how to act on it. So if you're anything like me, motivational thoughts or feelings or emotions can be very, very fleeting. They can be intermittent, few and far between, and it's not always consistent and easy to rely on. Learning how to act on your motivational feelings or emotions or thoughts is going to become something very, very critical for you when it comes to reaching the goals you want to reach and being the person you want to become. I've found that the easiest way to act on your motivations are to act as soon as possible. Seize the moment. Carpe diem, go after it, go get it right then and there. I know that oftentimes you can wake up in the morning, you're feeling really optimistic, you might even be feeling slightly motivational, whether it's you just got a great night's sleep, you're really excited for something that's going to happen at the end of the day, whatever it may be, we have to keep that momentum rolling. One key factor for acting on your motivational feelings is understanding and identifying the benefits. If I do this, then this happens. So for me, a lot of the times when I wake up in the morning and I'm in a really good mood, I choose to accomplish several small tasks. One, making the bed. That's always a great way to start your day. When you get out of bed, you go to the bathroom, you come back in the room, make your bed really quick. Doing small tasks like these can help not only build your confidence and show yourself that you can do it, but it builds a natural momentum. After I make my bed, I start to get ready for the day. After making my bed, I'll do another task. Maybe the trash can's getting full. I noticed the night before, so I'll go downstairs and I'll take the trash out. I might go ahead and do the dishes that are in the sink before I make my coffee. I might feed the turtles. I might feed the cats. I might clean the litter box. There's a whole lot of small tasks that I might do that help me start my day and also keep me on track. Let me know, all right, we are feeling motivational, we are feeling inspired, and we're actually getting things done. Let's see what else we can do today. Because self-reassurance is something that we all need. And while I'm doing these tasks, I'm reminding myself of the why behind the why. I'm reminding myself of the if I do this, then this happens. I think it's also worth it to note that it's just as important or can be just as valuable to remind yourself what would happen if you don't do these things. One of the lessons that my dad taught me a long time ago, and it was really cool how he taught me. So we were riding in, he had a blue Jeep. I don't remember exactly what kind of Jeep it was, but he had a blue Jeep and we were riding home from school. I think he just picked me up from school. Maybe I had a bad day. Maybe I got in trouble for something. And he taught me that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And so he had a, like one of those beaded necklaces, kind of like from Mardi Gras, hanging around the rearview mirror. He grabbed it, he pulled it back, and he let go. Forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. He said, look, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And so a huge part of acting on your motivation is recognizing the implications of the action, recognizing the importance of every small decision that you make. Picture that future where you do stick to the plan, where everything works out because you stuck to your plan. Think about the opportunities, the doors that will open for you. And once you continue to think this way and act this way, it creates this cyclical process of refilling your motivation, where the better you do, the more motivation you have. But now that we've covered all of that, I think something very important for everybody to hold on to is the fact that we are all human. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's always motivated. Nobody's always happy. Well, it does feel like some people are, and you guys are the lucky ones, and I envy you all the time. But most of us are gonna have bad days. You can't have highs without lows. It's all about perspective. It's all about contrast and understanding that you're just a person. You're not Superman. You're not God. You're a human, and you were made to make mistakes. And so when you are in that rut, when you are in a time of procrastination and you feel like it's never going to end, you're never going to get out of it, just remember, you're meant to be feeling what you're feeling now. Act on it. Maybe take that feeling and use it as motivation. Remember, motivation comes in many different shapes, forms, and sizes. It's not a one-size-fits-all. What motivates me might not motivate you, but that's okay. You have to take that time, figure out what those things are for you, and act on them. This is why it can be important to take breaks, self-assess, and reflect on where we are and how we feel. We don't want to become so obsessed with the future and making it perfect that we forget to cherish where we are and remain grounded in the process. So in conclusion, we now know what motivation is. We have some different examples of it. We know a couple ways to find it, and we know how to act on it. Finding the perfect balance between motivation and progress may be next to impossible. But with your new list of motivational factors and insight on how to take action after you've discovered and curated that list of motivating factors, you are one step closer to your journey of eternal happiness. And once you take that action, you are 2 steps closer to becoming the person you've always wanted to be. And before we get out of here, I want to, first of all, thank you for even making it this far. If you're seeing this announcement, that's great. And I definitely want to hear what you think about this in the comments. But moving forward, I want to introduce a new series to the channel. I don't know if I want to call it Creator Spotlight, Channel Spotlight. Not really sure about a title for the series yet, but the idea behind it is every week or 2 weeks, or I don't even know how often. But when I do these videos in this series, I want to pick a creator that does really good work, whether it's stylistically, educationally, whatever it may be. I want to take a creator who makes a positive difference in the online community, specifically on YouTube, because that's where I spend most of my time getting any of the content that I watch. Sometimes I'll watch something on Netflix, you know, a series with my girlfriend or a couple movies or whatever it may be. But predominantly, you can catch me on YouTube. So I want to start highlighting these creators who are making a positive difference. They are doing good stories, good content, and are not yet exploded in popularity. I don't exactly have a subscriber count that I want to keep it under, quote unquote. I don't want to do creators that have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million followers. I want it to be catered around creators that don't kind of have that attention yet and kind of shed a little light on them. I think that it would be a great opportunity to help some of you all find better, more insightful or uplifting content or educational content or whatever it may be. If you're anything like me, you know that there is all kinds of negative content online, especially YouTube. A lot of the people that I watch cover negative drama with negative impact, and not that the work that they're doing isn't good per se, but if you're like me and you want a little switch in what you're inputting into your body and into your mind, as far as content goes, then I think the Creator Spotlight or the Channel Spotlight series will be a fun and refreshing way for you to go delve into something new. Go see a new creator. Go see the good work that they're doing and the difference that they're trying to make. That's really it. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any ideas on videos or series for me to do next, or you just want to tell me how bad this video was, feel free to leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you like it. I know we're on the first few videos now. I know the editing hasn't been the best. I have a full-time job and a part-time life outside of this, but I have enjoyed sitting down talking to the camera. Yeah, I tried doing like a bold script last time and reading it off a teleprompter. I didn't like that at all, so probably not going to do that again. This was more of a free-form stop, look at the notes if I need to, and then talk straight to the camera because I like that camera contact better. But yeah, once again, my name is Keegan Gassett. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic rest of your day.